Oh, what can you say at the end of the day? Was the plot so sound, or the lines profound? Was there rather less grain than chaff? Oh, what can you say at the end of the day? You can say you made them laugh. The essence of being funny is confidence, a buoyancy. My role in life is played out totally without credibility, and so, of course, one falls back on personality playing and all the same old tired tricks. The press call seems to be going very well. We seem to have got away with it again.
What you're playing in this film?
I played the part of Thomas Cromwell, Privy Seal to King Henry VIII and Protector of the Crown Jewels.
Mr. Williams, could I have another word?
You may.
What are you doing, continually appearing in these sort of films?
Having a bloody good time, dear.
I beg pardon.
Why are you continually associated with this chamber pot kind of comedy?
Well, in our society there was, and always should be, room for all kinds of entertainment, if it works, on its own level. And that the only charge that would be taken seriously by us would be the one that the comedy, the burlesque in this case, didn't work. That it wasn't funny. Don't you think?
Indubitably, Kenneth.
But that's my point. I mean, is your kind of comedy still funny?
I sometimes feel I am so useless. I'm slowly splintering as a personality. I feel as though I'm stuck together with stamp paper.
Kenneth, it's your turn to begin. The subject, stiff upper lip. You have 60 seconds as usual, and your time starts now.
I have actually tried this myself at home, and one evidently comes to resemble a ventriloquist's dummy. Underneath the lamplight, beneath the varactor.
Kenneth, you've been challenged.
Who challenged me?
Clement Freud.
But I'm finished, you great nit! I'm supposed to discuss it, you great fool! Interrupting me before I've even started!
Oh dear. I think my star is on the wane. While all around me the rubbish proliferates.
But you? Who left this tat in here?
The carry-ons used to be my mainstay. As long as they were there, I never had to worry. Hey-ho. I fell to musing on my condition. I can't have sex because I just can't cope on that level, and so I'm only really left with work.
Who is it?
Peter, do you want to go on the television and chat with Michael Parkinson?
Certainly not, North Country nit.
Oh, honey, picture me upon your knee with tea for two and two for tea.
There is the endless question, will I remain solvent? Will I last out until I'm able to retire? My whole life is trying to make it up to her, trying to erase all the sadness and the loneliness, and only succeeding in making more loneliness, because the nights I don't spend with her serve to emphasise the others, or vice versa.
There's no one in the world like my Kenny.
Awful dreams of Louis saying goodbye forever.
And start to bake a sugar cake.
What would I do without you?
For you to take, for all the boys to see.
Peter Eade's secretary rang. Thames Television, Mavis Nicholson chat show will raise the fee to £100. I said,
Oh, all right.
but this is a Pyrrhic victory.
It's a comfort to me, Kenneth Williams, to learn that you always keep a diary.
Oh, yes.
What's the saddest thing when you read them that you find in your diary?
That continually occurs in mine. Oh, it's depression. Yes, dreary.
What do you mean? Like, say, you would want to kill yourself or something like that?
Oh, yes. Yes, I often put down stuff about suicide and how one would go about it and what would be the best method and all that kind of thing, you know. Looking back on it, of course, it's often quite, quite amusing.
Why do you think you want to kill yourself?
Well, one would think it at the time because of an extremely low state of morale. And so one does actually write something down about what's practical in terms of how one should go about it. But after all, one tries to remain cheerful, doesn't one?
He's been described as everything from an angry dowager to a wasp with adenoids. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. Kenneth Williams.
Stinking play in the first place.
I'm sick to death of your complaints, Kenneth. You complain about the production, you complain about the cast, you complain about the lines, you complain about every bloody thing.
When you're in a long run, Peter, the play lives with you, day and night. And if the conditions under which you perform are continually frustrating, then it ends in driving you to dementia and a nervous breakdown.
Have you seen the Larry Grayson show?
No.
A complete crib of your act.
Really?
And John Inman's doing the same thing on the BBC. They're finding other people to do what you do, Kenneth.
And cheaper, in every sense.
Nevertheless, you must realize you're not as unique as you once were. Problem is, Kenneth, it's got about how difficult it is to fit you into a company. People find you a bit of a problem. Peculiar ways.
Oh, the penny's finally dropped for them, has it? I've never bloody fitted in, Peter, have I? I've always been bloody peculiar. Strung out on a limb. That's what makes me so grotesque!
I feel quite peaceful and unworried. It is odd. One minute I'm thinking I'll never act again, and then I don't bother about it at all. Tomorrow, a voiceover for Unigate Milk.
I've had a terrible shock. I just met Louie in the street, and she said, "Excuse me, I know your face. What's your name?" She didn't recognise me.
Oh, is that all? Happens all the time. What are you doing not recognising Joni?
Joni?
Lifelong friend?
My skirt's too tight.
What's the matter with her?
I'm giving it to the maid.
Don't worry, it'll pass. Thanks, Joan.
Peter Eade phoned with yet another big television commercial.
Breathe in.
He has mentioned not only Brook Bond, Rumbelows and Creeder,
And out.
but also Timex watches, the post office, and Cinzano. Yesterday was PG Tips, David Frost type voice, dubbing a chimpanzee.
Well, Doctor, what would you have me do?
Eat bland, mushy foods and chew well.